Testing.
Do not hear you on the stream.
1, 2, 3. It should be there now.
Oh, yeah.
Is it there now? We all good?
Yeah.
We're live?
We're good.
I think we're good.
God dang
Yep,
it.
we're
I
good.
love this.
Yeah.
All right, we're live. Thanks for
people watching. No,
7. It's super embarrassing. I'm sure half of it is you guys.
Wow.
Welcome to the stream. Thanks. Technical difficulties. We're working through it. There's never going to be no technical issues until somebody wants to just sign up as our full-time producer. So I don't have to do it.
How much are you paying?
$0. The whole budget. All right. Well, last time we left off, good old Your Fear was staying up late at night, actually early morning, and watching over the party as they slept. Hire Blackbar to fix it. And during that time, he had a bit of a visitor. Felt a blade up against his neck, looked up to see 6 more figures standing up in the treetops looking down at him. Trevor, who's the only one awake, other than Eam standing behind him, what would you both like to do?
Just kind of lean over into his vision, say, just whisper as quietly as I possibly can. Trespasser?
Think about, okay. Okay, Your Fear did have his sword drawn from last episode. Can I tell in the trees, are the people in the trees, do they have like bows and arrows, swords? What can I make out before I make a decision?
Most of them seem to have like hands on a sword that is sheathed for the moment. But they do, a couple of them do seem to have bows on them. They're just not currently drawn.
Does his voice sound familiar? Like maybe someone that I ran into in episode 0?
No.
No. Okay, cool.
You are also on the opposite side of the country.
Okay. I think Your Fear, in his current state of mind, would probably maybe like God, I don't know. Maybe press up against the blade a little bit that's holding up against his neck and say something along the lines of like you have picked the absolute worst old man who's having the worst week of his life to jump. I would advise you to put your blade down, and I would like to, as I say that, turn my blade towards his belly, and press it against him and say, so drop the blade, and we can figure out a proper arrangement for our passage, or I will gladly bathe in the blood you over here will spill from your body.
Your threats would be much more intimidating. Just kind of look around. If anybody else was awake, you can certainly try your best, but Tongo will have your friends before you have my head. I wouldn't recommend it if you care for them or their blood.
You recommend what?
You are trespassing. You are near a Tongo village. If you think I'm some sort of dishonorable criminal to steal your coin, perhaps I've made the wrong impression. I have my blade to your throat because you are trespassing. Now, all of you can come alive for a little bit of a check, or your friends will never wake up. But you can have my head.
How do we know that this check is not some type of setup? The only Tonganese checkpoint, hopefully it's Tonganese.
Nope.
History
Not
check.
at
I don't know. I've offended you, and I hope so. The only time we have encountered a checkpoint, let's just say it was brutal for some of the folks. We are wardens.
If you are wardens, then you should have no cause for concern. Yes.
How far is your village?
How close are we to?
About half an hour.
Close enough. Close enough to warrant this awakening.
Being the leader of this troop, how about you just take me instead?
No, I think we'll take all of you. Take is such a harsh word. If you are honorable, and if your company is honorable, then Tongo shall have no problem with you. Come.
We shall go.
Cool.
I yell out to the troop. Everybody wake up. It's time. There's a checkpoint we have to go to.
The rest of you all wake up probably a bit dazed. I'll say it's late enough into the morning that you all have gotten your full long's rest, so you don't need to worry about that. But you look up to see a red dragonborn behind your fear in what appears to be, I would explain to all of you, as samurai's robes. And a drawn katana standing there, as well as eventually starting to notice movement of similarly dressed individuals up in the treetops, looking down at you, slowly making their way back to the ground.
For the Celestials, you see a scaly lizard man holding a blade to your fear's throat. You have never seen a being such as this.
We've not seen Dragonborn?
They
No.
do not exist in
Oh, that's cool.
in space.
Dude, isn't that Curtis Connors from that Spider-Man show from a long time ago?
I think it is, although he was green, so I don't know.
That's cool.
Specifically, you see this guy.
Oh, not Curtis Connors.
Interesting.
Like a
He's cute.
Wait, I'm cute or Curtis Connors?
No, you.
Oh, thank you. Yes.
Your fear says it out loud.
Yeah.
You're cute.
Like specifically when we sent the image of his character to Matt, he responded with the gif of Squidward saying, "Oh no, he's hot." It was pretty...
He is used to everyone he takes to checkpoints hitting on him, so he just ignores your fear.
Oh, okay, all right.
This is an average day for him. Yes.
It's just
Yes.
an average day.
And get everyone
right.
up.
We're all up. You still have your knife around my throat?
No, I'd probably
Okay.
back off once you're complying. Sheath it.
All right. Would any of the rest of you like to do or say anything before you start moving?
Oh.
No.
I'll let the troop know that we have nothing to worry about.
Okay.
It's all good. Just a misunderstanding.
Also, Ember, you would recognize their outfits as Tongo.
Yeah. All right. All of you are then led, and you walk for about half an hour through sort of the edge of the swamp that you've been going through for this whole time, and eventually find your way to some movement and some clearing up ahead. Still always surrounded by this troop of Tongo that is leading you through. You find that the air is very thick with the humid, earthy scent of the jungle to the north, meeting the damp, musky aroma of the swamp to the south. The dense canopy overhead filters the sunlight into a kaleidoscope of greens and golds, casting dappled shadows on the winding, elevated walkways beneath. You have found the haven. The village is a marvel of organic architecture, with domed houses and structures seamlessly built into the natural environment. Buildings are perched atop sturdy stilts, connected by a network of swinging bridges and roped pathways that sway gently with your steps. The sound of distant wildlife echoes through the trees, blending with the soft murmur of the swamp. The villagers, the Tongo, watch with cautious curiosity, their eyes following your every move. They move with a grace and stealth that speaks of a life lived in harmony with the surrounding wilderness. Some children quietly poke their heads above the tree roots, while others converse in hushed tones, their gazes lingering on the newcomers in the village. As you enter the heart of the village, the gravel pathway gives way to a worn bamboo path. You are led to what appears to be a communal area, one that is quickly clearing itself as you approach. The guards tighten their formation around you as you pass towards the center, where a few large circular tables stand in the center.
As we're leading them towards these tables, what do they look like to me, or what do they come off as, I guess? What do I notice?
When it comes to the individuals that you're
Escorting.
that you're escorting, what do they come at? So they at least introduce themselves as wardens. If they're wardens, they don't seem like they've been wardens very long. I'd also definitely mention that half of them seem to be dressed in clothes you've never seen before. They seem bizarre and alien, and even some of them holding tools and bearing limbs that seem unfamiliar to you. Some that you as a player might know better than you as a character. They seem to be generally maybe a little bit most of them don't seem to have been here before, and they seem a little uncomfortable with the surroundings, I'd say.
All right. And just from a cursory glance, do any of them come off as Dikaxian to me? Like non-Tongo Dikaxian?
Yes. Ember, the Tabaxi, is absolutely Dikaxian.
Cool. Okay. I'll kind of pax on the tables, please. And as they're doing so, I'll look over to, I don't know her name, but you are Dikaxian, I see. But not Tongo. From those the Tongo protects. And what do you think of my people?
what do I think of the Tongo clan?
Yes.
I am grateful for their protection of our homeland.
Very interesting. Most who come through are less grateful. Turn and look at everyone. I am called Iam, for short. Please, packs on the table. We'll just make sure you abide by our clan's rules for coming in and out of the country.
Do all of you
I-
put your things on the tables?
As I start to put my things on the table, I will ask, and what rules are those?
We just want to ensure that no animals have been harmed, and that you are not engaged in any sort of dishonorable activities for Tongo or Dagaxia. And of course, sages are most certainly not allowed through.
Sages aren't?
Of course not.
Why is that?
Sages are charlatans. They claim to hear from the gods, but they do not. They simply say what is best, what they think would be best from the gods. They do not actually hear from the gods.
Interesting. I'll
I'm
put
gonna
my
bank
phone
on the fact
table.
that they'll have no clue what any of my stuff is,
Make sure they don't touch.
and put it on the table.
Would we have anything on us that would signify we're a warden? Like any sort of
Yeah, like an
anything?
ID card.
Yeah, you would have some various warden paraphernalia for sure.
The Chuck E. Cheese club card.
Yeah, I hand him my warden
exactly.
foam finger.
right. The merch. Warden
Number
merch.
one warden.
Yeah.
right.
This is a knockoff, clearly.
Yeah, I put
so-
everything on the table.
Yeah, Ian,
so-
you start looking through stuff. A lot of it seems like standard traveling equipment. You do find a handful of things that seem interesting. You pull out of, although he's not present, he would be in game, a very tall, very big Githyanki. You reach into his bag and find what seems like a large, very ornate silver, again, very alien-looking sword hilt. You've never seen anything like it. It's got a lot of what appear to be buttons all over it, but
No blade.
no blade. It's a big,
I'll
like,
start-
empty hole at the end.
Kind of looking down at it like they say you shouldn't do with a gun, and looking kind of right where it is, pressing
Yeah.
buttons and things and swinging it around. There is no blade. There is no point to this.
Correct.
Okay. Put it back. I
It's
suppose.
sentimental to the guy.
Yeah.
Pushes it away. It is a useless weapon. But if you wish to carry useless weapons, there's no problem with this. I think as I go into more of that, I'll go through the outsiders or the stranger ones back first.
You start digging through a bit more, and eventually, even more bizarre, you find this sphere about this big or so off of the elf in white robes. It seems to be black, covered in like wires and mechanical bits and buttons all over the thing. No clue what this thing could be.
Just slam it down
Just-
on the table.
Just in case, if anyone does anything to like activate any of my bombs, I am ready to cast off to stop them.
Oh,
As I'm throwing this thing on the table, is anyone like clearly uncomfortable about it?
I mean, I'm uncomfortable, but I'm always uncomfortable.
yeah.
What is?
As I think he's uncomfortable.
And I'll start like kind of not being dumb, but like pushing it around the table, kind of touching it. Is this a device to hide contraband?
talking about my bosonic charge?
I'm sorry, you're what now?
Out of character, are you talking about my bosonic charge?
Yeah.
Okay. No. This would not hide any contraband. The only thing that would be in there ever would be Omnite.
So, not contraband.
No.
And we are at an understanding. This strange device may belong to you. And I'll put it to the side, probably just a little too heavily. Stunk.
Sure. Yep.
Okay, so then I'll move on to the other specs, I guess. If I don't find
Yeah.
anything there.
You continue. I mean, you probably find a couple weird mechanical limbs that you don't ask many questions about. A variety. You find a mouse for some reason that is in one of the bags. Probably a very hungry-looking mouse. I'll add. You continue searching through the stuff. Eventually, you get to the tabaxi's bag and start dumping through. And something certainly catches your eye. You are almost like don't believe what it is that you're seeing, but eventually pull out what seems to be one fully intact Raven's Breath flower.
I was going to take it, hold it up in front of my face, gently place it on the table. Raven's Breath, flower of the sages. I'll look to your fear. I thought we had an understanding, but apparently one of you is a sage, and your company.
No
Which
one
one?
here is a sage.
Then what is the Raven's Breath doing?
It was given to us after the burial of our friends.
Likely story, I'm sure. For those of you who do not know, Tongo kills sages. So,
Well, good thing we have no sages to kill.
it seems to be your word against the flower, the proof. Do I know whose bag I pulled it out of? Like, is it obvious?
Yeah, I believe you would see that it was the tabaxi's bag.
Sister.
Who is also the one that you would identify as Tongo. Or, excuse me, Decaxian.
Got you. I am impressed by the boldness, sister. Trying to sneak as a sage through Tongo lands, Tongo checkpoint. It is brave, if not foolhardy.
What your fear said is true. I'm not a sage. This was a gift after the burial of our family.
Just kind of look at them for a long moment. Only sages ever have Raven's Breath.
This was a gift. I am not a sage. The sage that performed the burial and the funeral of... I am not a sage!
Your fear chokes. She is young and naive. She doesn't that. She is very traumatized by the death of her brother. That was not a sage that gave that to you. That was just one of your brothers. Okay.
Can I get a deception check with disadvantage?
Shit, did you need to roll anything or no? Just.
Yeah, roll d20.
Gosh.
Yeah.
Oh gosh. Okay, with disadvantage. All right. Well,
Okay, I got a 13.
I got an 8, so
Again, your fear coughs in surprise that he lied his way through this.
All right.
I'll look around kind of at the other clan members with me. Do not believe you still, but you claim you are wardens. Let's see what Father says. I'm certain that he would be delighted to let me take your heads, and I look forward to it, but I will let him make that decision.
Go get Dad.
Father.
Father.
Oh no, I'm not getting him. We're going to him.
The Tongo now all sort of grab your stuff off the table. So none of you have any of your things at this point. And you are led up through the haven. This time, now, yes?
Do I still have my data pad on my wrist?
Oh.
I imagine they would have asked you to remove that.
Did they
look
tell
at
that
it.
it was not just a part of my arm? Would they have asked me to remove my arm?
Highs or lows?
Lows.
You have your data pad.
I'm in the same boat. I have a data pad as well.
Highs or lows?
Highs.
You have your data pad.
Nice.
Nice.
Super nice to Vidar, or Cerberus.
As you are led up through the haven, you're led across many makeshift bridges and pathways between the trees as you approach a larger structure surrounding a very large jungle tree, crafted from aged interwoven bamboo. Its walls bear the abrasion of centuries of wind, echoing the history of the village and its inhabitants. Entering, the warm bamboo floors creak softly underfoot, polished by countless footsteps. The air inside is warm, scented by the smoke of braziers that cast a soft, flickering light across the room. These flames not only illuminate, but also seem to animate the rich tapestries adorning the walls. Each textile is a vibrant portrayal of various scenes and stories, most of which seems alien to each of you. At the heart of the homestead, you see the Father's throne, a seat that seems to be grown in place from the branches of the tree the homestead is built around. Sitting on the throne is Calum Shadowleaf, the esteemed chieftain of this chapter of the Tongo clan. He appears to be an older but very large, dark-skinned tiefling, his complexion reminiscent of dry earth. He's dressed in thick, billowing robes with a wide-brimmed, pointed hat shadowing most of his face. His piercing gold eyes silently and motionlessly watch you as you approach.
Before we
Not
approach,
daddy.
can I sidle up to your fear and just kind of say, suggestion, perhaps, if unlikely you escaped our village alive, in the future, should someone put a knife to your neck while you are asleep, the time to kill your enemy is when you can. You should have stabbed me.
I used to kill people by standing in front of them, not behind them.
And this makes you more honorable.
Are we close to the throne? I would just I disregard that and just say Father and bow.
I'll kind of push in front of him a little rudely. Father, I found these interlopers attempting to make their way through our lands without a checkpoint. And amongst them, there is a sage. I'll kind of motion over to Ember.
Not a sage. I'm not a sage.
I'll just give him the flower. This was in her possession.
Can I tell what the father, like, when the flower's handed to him, can I tell what his demeanor is like?
The flower, so Caleb does not move.
Okay.
So Eam, as you sort of come up with the flower, you sort of hold it out to him, but he doesn't move at all, and you just sort of place it in front of him. And he doesn't even appear to look down at the flower as you do so. And you sit back down. This is like a very old, very like trained Tongo. It is going to be near impossible to read sort of what he's working very hard, it seems, or maybe not hard at all, to make sure you have no idea what he's thinking.
Is it is it with an M at the end or an N? Calum?
Kaelum. I know it kind of
Calum.
sounds like Caleb. That was
okay.
not intentional.
Calum. Okay.
The intentional.
Calum Shadow. What was it? Shadow
Leaf.
Fart. Okay. Shadow Leaf.
Yeah, Shadow Fart.
Calum. Okay. So he's making like no minds at all right now as he's receiving this flower. Okay, I'll just I don't even know what's customary in this place. Good God. I'll just say, Father, we have no sages among us. We listened to your son, came to the checkpoint. The flower that is in Ember's possession was given to her as a gift. Several days ago, we all were at a burial for friends and family. And unfortunately, from an accident, we have been sent here by our colonel to go to the Alkuli Empire on a mission for warden work. And at no time were we trying to sneak contraband, as your son is suggesting. We understand how this may look, but Ember here is not a sage, and that flower was given to her as a gift for the passing of her brother.
Father, you seriously can't believe this. Look, they are not wardens. They are uncertain. They are naive. Surely you don't believe this tale.
Father, your son, like any young man, is quick to judgment. In his judgment, albeit I can understand the awkward nature of things, it is wrong. We are wardens. We are Troop 33. And we have been sent to the Alkuli Empire on a mission. We were passing through your lands, and your son here greeted me in the middle of the night, and we followed him back to your checkpoint. We have nothing to hide. We just have a mission that we would like to continue on.
Caleb very slowly reaches down and picks up the raven's breath and looks at it very closely. And eventually looks back at all of you.
I have protected this border for 100 years, and not once. Hundreds of sages I have slain, seen a full, intact raven's breath, let alone in the hands of one that does not practice that heresy. How am I to believe you came across a flower such as this without visiting Doctrina's temple yourself?
Look at Ember, because I don't remember ever going to a temple.
I think Ember is just straight up shaking and terrified.
Father, as I said before, I do not know the person that gave this flower to Ember. Ember herself did not know this person. The person who gave the flower to Ember was there helping to bury our friends and family. We did not visit a temple. We came right from our, I'm drawing a blank, whatever, from our post in Mistwood to follow orders from our colonel. Now, Ember here is not a sage.
Even the sages, heretics they may be, have a code. None shall hold these sacred flowers, aside from Doctrina's chosen. A gift. Sages do not gift these flowers.
Forgive me, Father, but if sages do not gift the flowers, then why was she given one? Obviously, that person that gave it to her was not a sage. If a sage itself does not gift a flower, then certainly the person who gave the flower to Ember was not a sage and was just naive in them doing so. Could they have not even known what the flower was? Logic and reason I have stumbled upon.
Only sages know where to find the flowers. The only way to obtain one, aside from being a sage, is killing one.
I mean, the person that gave it to Ember was, they looked pretty strong. They could have killed a sage.
I think we need a deception check for that one.
I think so.
Father,
all right.
you're clearly lying. Let me kill them already.
Hush now, boy. Oh my gosh, thank you. 22. He has like
Welcome,
a plus 11.
Naka. You're welcome to the party.
Oh, Naka, hi.
Can you hear us? Doesn't appear so. We're going to continue.
Okay. I had a 22.
What was the name of the individual that gifted you this flower?
I'm gonna be honest, sir. I am terrible with names. I look at Ember. I'm gonna can I walk over to Ember, lean in, see what she says?
I don't remember.
Father, we don't remember. They were. Listen, does anyone else here? I am 85 years old. Okay, things are not what they used to be. Father, I remember your name is Caleb, so that's a pretty good thing for me.
I don't believe he gave us the name, Father.
Yeah, I have no idea what his name was. Also, we didn't know him.
Thank you,
Right.
Iggy. We didn't know him. He just walked up to us in, I guess, a weird manner. After we had just come back from a battle.
A stranger
I
to
understand-
all of you.
I understand how that sounds.
Father,
Gifted
why are you
you.
having a discussion about a hypothetical individual that doesn't exist?
I remember being young. Quick for blood.
Yes. He is.
Father, like I've said, I understand how awkward this seems. But our lack of details should indicate to you we are telling the truth. Listen, I've been with Ember for, this is not a knock against you, Ember. I've been with her for a while now. She's definitely not a sage, okay? She's young, and she's a sage. We're all in trouble. But,
Out of character, what does this... Can you describe what the flower looks like?
It appears to be, imagine like a sunflower, but
Yeah.
the petals in the center are all black.
I feel like at this point, I would just say, like, I don't get what the big deal is over this black sunflower. Like, why does anyone care about a stupid flower?
my friend here is not from these lands. In fact, most of us here aren't. So, forgive us if we don't understand why you are so against having the Raven's breath flower at your borders.
Many hundreds of years ago, there was the first sage, Shizuko, who developed a process, a ritual, by taking these sacred flowers, combining them with a number of other things, and claiming to speak to the gods themselves on their behalf, directing the people of Decaxia. We knew them to be charlatans from the beginning, but the Decaxians did not listen to us. The untold destruction of our culture, the culture that we at one point controlled and commanded, and still protect to this day. We've made it our mission to uproot that poison from these lands, and to see to it that that poison does not spread any further than this point.
So you're not protecting them.
We protect the people of Decaxia from heresy
crazy, and I don't like heresy as much as you. Father, what would you have us do? We are not sages. We are wardens on a mission. This flower was a gift to Ember as a way to remember her brother, who paid the ultimate price protecting her. And he was a noble, good man. If there is some way that we can leave this place with that flower, I would be indebted to you. And that may not mean much, but it means something to me that Ember gets that flower back.
DM conversation.
No.
Just don't ask for my jacket. A horse claimed it.
I called dibs on his jacket immediately.
I'm going to punch you in the ass.
I find your tale difficult to trust.
I didn't hear what he said.
He says, I find your tale difficult to trust.
Oh, okay. I thought you said added something.
I am
to it.
glancing at your fear's backside to see if he has a tail.
I do not.
I think he had one.
I have a proposition. Ember, is it, sister?
Yes, Father.
There are few sins worse to a sage than the destruction of a gift like this. And a true sage would rather die than cast this into the fire. Prove to me you are no sage, and that this is nothing but a flower.
Father, please. Just let me take their heads.
Oh, they will have their opportunity. You, Sister Ember, may choose. Burn this flower in one of my many braziers here, or your bones can join the rest beneath your feet.
And as you sort of look down at the bamboo floor, you realize that's not bamboo. And the entire floor and the entire path that led you here are bones of sages that have come this way before.
Okay.
That's morbid.
Not great. Okay.
Is there any way, like, do sages have like a specific thing? Like, is there any way to to prove that I'm not a sage, or something that a sage would have? Like, are sages even allowed to be wardens? Like, can I show something that's like warden related that would prove that I'm not a sage?
It's not explicitly prohibited. It's very unlikely. But
real quick, what was the god of knowledge's name?
Doctrina.
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 What's Ember doing in this moment?
Still shaking in her boots. I think she's trying to think her way out of it.
Father, I understand that our tale may seem long. If we were with a sage, or if we were guided by Doctrina, wouldn't you think she would have protected us better last night when I called out to her in the middle of the night for help, instead of having your son's blade reach around my throat?
It's not difficult to believe you are Elysian, with your constant misunderstanding of our beliefs.
You're not wrong.
We
Never liked you
believe
anyways.
Doctrina to be just as powerful as the rest of the Decaxians. We just do not believe that the sages speak for them.
Okay. Ember, do what you gotta do. I do think, Father, you're making a mistake.
I'm not sure how I can prove to you that I am not a sage. And even if I could, I'm not sure that you would believe me. But as your fear said, this flower was a gift. And it's not something I'm willing to part with.
I look at the rest of the group to see what their faces are like.
Can I... There's something that you don't understand about this flower. And I will force pull the flower into my hand. And say, this flower cannot be harmed by fire. And I will light it up with pyrokinesis, but protect it.
This is some C-3PO Ewok stuff right now.
Your veins glow as you do this, though. I mean, you are obviously casting a spell to create this fire, so.
Right, exactly. And then I will snuff out the flames and show the unharmed flower.
Clever. He's gonna think you're a sage.
That's an amusing trick.
I will light it back up and hold it out to him and say, would you like to feel the flames? They're quite real, I assure you.
Let the boy watch.
I'm not interested in your mastery over the arcane. I am interested in whether or not our sister here is a sage, and whether you are all protecting her as such. If you don't have evidence to the contrary, I have no choice.
How many people are around us? I recognize that's like a really loaded question.
No,
There are
tail
like
splitter.
hundreds and hundreds of people.
Also, many of you don't have any of your weapons on you.
Any weapons?
Yeah, just to be clear, me pulling up Tailspire does not mean there is going to be a fight.
Is
I'm pulling it up
is
because there
Hickory
might be.
is Hickory with me?
He's in the bag, if I remember correctly.
You did mention the mouse on the table.
Yeah.
So the mouse is back on the table?
He's probably in one of the bags that is being held by somebody.
The bags are being held by people, or they're just back at the table?
Where are the people in relativity to us?
In the room.
We can't fight. This guy's 100 years old. He's probably got 7,008 hit points, okay?
Caleb Wyman is here to say, I don't recommend it. But do whatever you want.
Is the name of our commander well known?
Colonel Adrian.
Anders.
Who knows?
Yeah, I think that's a good point. Is it Colonel? It's Colonel Adrian, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. That was out of game. Father, I do think it is time that we get moving. Our journey. We need to continue our mission. Colonel Adrian has made it a priority. We get to the Alkuli Empire. Matters that could potentially save Dicaxia. And for someone who whole life has been spent serving and protecting these people, I want to impress upon you that this mission we are on means everything for Dicaxia.
Colonel Adrian of the Wardens.
Yeah. Big guy. Yep, that's our direct boss.
He's an honorable man.
He is. Yep.
Had he been here, that would be a fine win.
If I may, he did give me this stone that I could use to contact him.
I was going
Would
to
you
say,
like
I
to
thought we
speak
had
to
something
him?
like that.
And I offer out the send-in stone. I hand it to him.
I look at Eam and just
I've already got my sword half out of its sheath, just kind of waiting.
Your call cannot be completed as dialed.
it's a pager.
Straight to voicemail.
How much how about you? Hey, listen.
They're boys.
It's Ember. The furry. You say? Alright.
Oh
Huh?
my gosh, that's good.
Who?
Vidar coming in clutch.
It appears that either you've managed to fool all of the wardens as well, or you're telling me the truth. And I do trust Colonel Adrian's judgment.
Oh, thank God.
Thank you very much, Father, for believing him.
Father, you can't let this go.
What is there to let go?
Clearly, she is a sage, and they are with her, protecting her.
Im Reshbergish Sainaga. I don't know how many times we have to have this conversation.
Full name.
You
full name.
cannot
Full.
bring your blade to every visitor that walks past the village.
It was made to spill blood, was it not?
The blood of the guilty.
Which I maintain that they are.
You have disowned your family, you have not disowned their temperament. You will learn one way or the other. As punishment, you will guide these wardens through the Emerald Canopy.
Father, I can't do that. I need to be here to train. You just said it. I am owed my vengeance against those very people who cast me out. I do not have time to be guiding friends of sages and outlanders with strange devices.
I have sat on this throne for decades on decades. Should you be successful as a Tongo, you will have the opportunity to do the same. Time is a luxury we have. Patience is not one I do.
Is this an order, Father?
Yes.
Just whirls around and looks at all of them. I will go get on my armor and my weapons. I'll meet you back in the common area in 15 minutes. Do not touch anything. Just stomp out.
Wait, where's my bag though? Daddy's
One
orders.
of a handful of the other Tongo come back over with all of your stuff and hand it off to each of you.
I smile at Ian. He goes and gets his armor on.
Does he keep the
Father
sending
turns
stone, or
into
does he
daddy
hand
real
it back?
quick.
He gives it back.
15 minutes. We have a deadline to keep, boy.
Do you all head out of the father's house? Anything else you'd like to say to him, or anything else you'd like to do?
Does he
Has-
hand
The
you
feather
back
is
out with
being
it?
given back. Yeah.
Well,
Flowers.
I believe
Flowers.
Iggy had it.
Yeah, I held it out to him. I assume he didn't take
He
it.
did not take it. No.
I will hand it back to Ember. It's not on fire.
I would like to look at the father and just ask, Father, forgive me if this offends you, but
I've sinned.
you're. Can we trust your son's word? He seems pretty frustrated that you're letting us go to take us safely through the canopy.
Eam walks a path of vengeance, and today you crossed it. But the Tongo clan is the only family he has now, and he will not betray that. He will get you through the cannon. I do not encourage you to cross his path again.
Noted. Thank you, Father, for your understanding and wisdom in this matter.
Be on your way. May Doctrina guide you.
I roll my eyes as I'm walking away.
Also, unrelated, can I get a history check from Your Fear and Ember?
Not great. 15.
8.
All right. Your Fear. You actually, after a couple minutes put together, you recognize the last name of your tour guide. It is a last name shared by a family that lives actually down in Azure the capital city of Decaxia. It's probably the only family down there that you know the name of because it's a relatively infamous crime family. They specialize in a number of things, most of which is human trafficking.
Son of a... Oh. Yeah. Okay.
Do we have a ninth member back with us again?
Naka, are you there?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Give me 1 second to refresh this. Testing 1 2 3. Should be better now. Sorry, trying to get audio back together.
Caleb, can you repeat his last name one more time because I'm terrible.
It's pronounced Sainaga, but SEI apostrophe NAGA.
Okay, thank you. Cool.
Appropriate for a snake person.
John, would you mind muting yourself when you're talking? I'm getting a lot of echo from you. Wonderful.
Missed you, Jonathan.
Yes, welcome. All right. I'm assuming all of you leave unless anybody would like to say anything else to the father.
Nope. Let's continue.
All right. You head down back through the haven, now maybe a little bit more warily stepping over what you know to be bones, not bamboo lining the floor. As you approach the clearing in which you were searched, waiting for Eam to kind of come back, there are a couple of Tongo women and one child that sort of walks over to you. And hands off a basket full of rations and just sort of puts it out in front of all of you.
Thank you.
Are like the kids like little?
Yeah, definitely young.
Could I like bend down real quick and like magically like pull a coin behind one of their ears and then hand it to them?
Sure.
Like the old uncle trick. Just
Yeah. They're hiding behind, what could be their mother or somebody else's leg as it happens, but they can't help but to find it exciting when it happens.
I'm gonna load up some rations.
Sure. Yeah, we could say there's about 8 rations there.
Okay, cool.
If they leave before Ian comes back, I want to like kind of huddle with everyone. Motion to everyone, come here.
What do you need, Alora?
Okay, I just want to let everyone know. We're going through the Emerald Canopy. Don't leave the path. And if we need to get rid of Ian, we'll push him off the path. Okay?
Holy moly.
I'm right here!
Your fear is
No,
like,
I did this before.
Wait.
I did this before Ian was here.
Why do we need to stay on the path, Alora? I was gonna ask Eam what is the Emerald Canopy.
If you want to live, stay on the path. That's all I'm saying.
That's pretty brutal, Alora. You're willing to push Eam off the path, huh?
If it
How
comes to
big
that,
is this
it will
path?
be a good way to get rid of it.
Yeah, how wide is the path?
How wide is the path, DMs?
You've never been there. You don't know.
Okay, I don't know.
Okay, so it could be thin, right?
It could be. I don't know.
Good thing I have elf feet.
Good thing.
We'll say about this time, Eam, you show up back to the clearing
Hello.
with all your stuff.
Our wonderful tour guide has arrived.
When I show back up, I've got probably slightly heavier armor on this time. I think you guys mentioned I was in robes, and I've got like a naginata basically with me, long pole with a curved sword on the end, and I'm parchment paper, I guess, grass in one hand, and whatever other supplies I need for this. All right.
Sweet. All right. Lead the way, and I like dramatically bow.
I do not stop to look at them. I just start marching. I said, yeah, and I have the map, and do not leave the path.
I'm gonna be right behind Eam.
All right. Yeah.
All right.
You guys set off, leave the village, and head towards the Emerald Canopy.
We still have the horses, right?
Oh. Yeah. Where's Gerald and Gary?
Right.
George and Gerald and Grant and Gavin and Gloria.
Where are they at? So can we just run this thing real quick? Just skip over whatever you had tonight?
They. Oh, I'm hearing myself.
Yeah, I'm hearing myself. Oh, is it Jonathan? Hello.
John, if you can hear us, please mute yourself. Oh, okay.
Oh.
Okay, cool. Sorry.
Bad.
All right.
Yeah, I believe, if I remember correctly, the horses agreed to get you out of the country, or was it all the way to?
I feel like it was all the way
I
to.
thought we
it was
convinced
all the
them all
way.
the way too.
Okay, okay, yeah, you still have the horses.
Wait,
I'm
so
conflicted.
if we push the horses off the pathway, they don't get my jacket.
Then you
right?
don't have exactly.
And you don't have a horse, so.
Okay, but you can't kill the horse because I won't be happy about that.
You
so.
already killed an animal.
I didn't know it was an animal. I was told it was a monstrosity.
This is also out of game, just so Eam.
Also, we don't know that the horses will die if they go off the path. We just
Sounds
know
like
that
it
they
will
won't
That's true. We
be
don't really
on
know
the
what's
path.
on the path. Let's continue on the path. So, Eam, tell us a little bit about this golden canopy.
I'll scan over my shoulder. I have a map to follow, and I know not to stray from it and to stay on the path. That is all.
Eam,
There's
I
a
need to
lesson
know
in there
what
for
you need
life.
to know.
Eam, you've done this before. You've been on this path before. Never alone. Usually you've got other people that are like guiding you and you're following them. But this will be the first time you're taking point.
Definitely do not say that.
Okay, all right.
I have done this many times.
Great. That's refreshing. So how long of a trip through the black canopy is it?
That's a great question. How long would it be?
Pulling up the map.
I'll pull up my own map.
It's about 2 days.
Looks like
2 days.
yeah, 2 to 3.
2 days on horseback.
Ooh, great question.
Horses probably wouldn't. I'll say it gets it down to solidly 2 days instead of 2 to 3, because like you're going.
What
through-
happens if the person they're following doesn't have a horse?
Right. So yeah, that would
You
slow
can
you down,
ride.
and also you're riding
that with
through
me.
a jungle on a path that is. Yeah. So actually, as you approach the Emerald Canopy, the path you're following is probably about 10 feet wide, reasonably clear, but clearly not like actively maintained. It's a dirt path. There are occasionally, roots growing across it. Sometimes fallen trees, vines that are hanging down that you have to, go around or push aside. It's not very friendly to horseback travel. Yeah. Is there anything that anyone would like to do as you're walking? Actually, I'll describe the jungle a bit more. The world around you is a symphony of verdant hues and vibrant life. The canopy above is a thick weave of interlocking branches and broad leaves, with occasional shafts of sunlight piercing through to dapple the forest floor. The air is thick with the heady scent of moist earth and rich green foliage. The jungle is teeming with sounds of life. There's the distant calls of exotic birds echoing through the trees, mingling with the rustle of small creatures in the underbrush, and every so often, the quiet is punctuated by the distant hoot of a monkey. This cacophony of natural sounds creates an ever-present backdrop to the journey. The humidity in the air is palpable, clinging to your skin and making the air feel heavy, dripping off of you, mingling with your sweat. The light filtering through the canopy casts the world in perpetual twilight, with colors and shapes blending into one another. The rich greens of the leaves are juxtaposed with the occasional flash of a flower in bloom or the bright plumage of a bird. Now, is there anything anyone would like to do?
I guess I'll yell behind me, and I know one of your names is Ember because it was bandied about so much. What are the rest of you called?
I am Laura. I'm like looking at everyone else.
Kowalski.
Anyone?
Odd name for an odd person.
Spider.
That there is Naka.
That's your fear. And I'll point to him.
Thank you. Right. Well, I prefer silence for the next 2 days, so I just walks a little bit faster if I can.
Oh, I don't like walking in silence.
Oh my gosh.
Father must think you're pretty respectable to have you out on this journey, huh? You've made this travel a lot.
I believe he's trying to teach me some sort of lesson.
Can
what could that
the rest of
lesson
us
be?
hear that this conversation is happening?
Definitely.
Anytime your fear says father or Eames says father, I'm just gonna yell out, "Daddy!"
And I'm
do you
gonna
think
give Iggy a really strange look every time he does that.
I think you said you were gonna take like a shot every time or something.
The Tongo Daddy. He's our Tongo Daddy. What kind of a lesson do you think Father's trying to teach you?
Daddy.
Just pointedly ignores this coming from the back. I'm sure he thinks he's teaching me some sort of lesson on patience, perhaps. Understanding, I'm not certain. It doesn't... It's whatever.
You don't even have the patience to finish a sentence. Patience would be good for you.
Silence would be good for me, too.
Never. Are there any dangers we should know about in these yellow canopies that we're walking around in?
You can walk off the path and find out. I wouldn't recommend it.
Thank you. Thank you for the heads up. Don't walk off the path, people. What was, what? Your father said something back there. He used your full name. I don't know. I remember when my mom and dad used to use my full name. Things were not great when that happened. They did that a couple of times, actually, in my childhood. That probably didn't feel very good.
I'm sure it is not the same for me as for you. Your full name is not almost 10 syllables long, is why my full name tends not to be said.
Your fear starts counting on its finger.
Besides, it's
You're right, yeah.
not that big of a deal.
Okay, all right. Hey, no, not prying. Not trying to be pushy here. Just, I know that used to make me feel sad feelings, big emotions when I was young. And if you're feeling any big emotions, you can always let them out. It's better to keep them outside than inside.
The only big emotion I feel is revenge, so I'm good, thank
That
you
is
though.
truly a big emotion. What would you know about revenge?
What would you know about revenge?
Oh my gosh.
I look back at Laura and just smirk. That's a great question. Maybe, well, we have a couple days. Maybe we'll find out together.
I would ask not to, but I have the feeling that that will not be respected.
I hardly respect anyone.
In that, then at least we can agree, in a way.
I'm gonna let some peace settle for a little while as we move forward.
I'm not saying anything unless someone speaks up to me.
think I'm good for now.
Okay, you continue on for the rest of the day, and the sun is. It's maybe a little hard to tell with how covered the sky above you is by the trees, but the sun is nearing the horizon when you come to a fork in the road, one of many that you've passed so far, and every time you've pulled out your map and taken the correct path. However, as you pull out your map here, you see the map shows 2 forks. You see 3.
Uh-oh.
You convey this to us?
No, I did not.
Is something wrong?
On a quick glance, is
Holding
there
up
any
the
sort
map,
of,
spinning
like-
it around.
Is there any sort of natural thing that kind of indicates like one of these is wonky or something?
Yeah,
There's, like,
make
any way to know?
I'll say either a survival or investigation check.
Okay. That's a dirty 20.
Ooh.
Very nice. All 3 of these look like they've been here for decades or centuries.
Hey, is it about time to stop for the evening? Like, could I make an excuse?
Wait, does the map read that there are 2 paths and we see 3, or is it the other way around?
Yes. There are 3 paths. The map says there should be 2.
But we don't know this because he's not showing us the map, correct?
No, but like, we
He's
just
probably
stopped.
slowed down to an uncomfortably slow pace.
Guy,
and
is there
he
something wrong?
spent like 30 seconds looking at each path and fidgeting.
Perhaps your horses need a rest for a moment.
The horses seem fine. Is everything okay? Need a magnifying glass?
My vision is not the issue. It is the map that is an issue.
Go on.
I guess everyone's sitting on a horse, so I'm just standing down by their legs or whatever. Yeah.
Gerald leans up to Ember. I think this dude's lost. I don't think he knows.
Can I hear this?
No.
No, we just hear name.
You hear a neigh from the
Oh,
Emperor's
yeah, that's
horse.
right.
Oh my gosh.
The issue, let me first clarify, is not with me. It is with who gave me this map, and I will kill Dorvin when I get back. But the map indicates a double fork on the road. We are looking at a triple.
Ah. Great.
Would I have a map that I could like compare to him at all? Since this is all coolly, or no?
Would you have a map of the Emerald Forest? Yeah, we'll call this a history check.
Meanwhile, I'm gonna be like, I will figure this out, and stalks to the middle of the fork and starts looking around.
Ooh, a solid 7 there, so not great.
No, you have a map of sort of the general layout of the country, but not specifically of the paths of the Emerald Canopy.
Okay.
Ember, why don't you send Hyoba down one of the paths, and I can send Finch down another.
How about we don't send anything we care about down any of the paths?
I look at Finch. Do you think something will happen to him?
We were told not to go off the path. If one of these paths is not the path, we will probably not see whatever goes down that path again.
The one with the strange name is speaks considerably well. That is, perhaps maybe don't send anything down that you care about.
What
Again, I have to look at
happens
Finch.
if anything goes? Do we know what happens to things that go down the wrong path?
They're lost forever.
I will just chuck detonators down each path.
Boom, boom, boom.
Yeah,
What
to
are you
be clear,
doing?
are you activating them or are you just throwing them?
No, I'm not gonna blow them up. I just want to see if
Okay.
there's if they're holograms.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah. Why don't we pair this with a investigation check?
I was going to mention looking for holograms or illusions as well, so if I can,
Yeah, you can
Hey.
hop in on that.
or just give advantage.
Yeah, that's fine.
Can I?
What's that
grab-
under?
I've only got a +3 for investigation. Aaron, do you have better?
Plus sets.
No, thank you.
I will assist Vidar by tossing detonators.
Natural 20. So 26.
Wow.
Nice.
You you watch very carefully as the detonators go down each path. You without walking into the paths, take a close look and examine the dirt on the ground, the foliage around the path. These are all real and have been here a long time. This isn't something created one of the paths recently, or if it did a really good job of it.
What's the date on your map, Ian?
Do I even have a date? Yeah, do I have a date on the map?
Probably not.
I'd look over at him.
It's-
totally.
This
it is
map
recent.
and maps just like it have been used to get Tongo through this jungle hundreds of times.
Right.
Would casting detect magic do anything? Would that be helpful?
You can certainly try.
Okay, I'll do that.
All right. You get. Also, I assume you are ritual casting this,
Yes.
so taking the extra 10 minutes. The light's probably getting a little low at this point, but you looking around. As soon as you activate the spell, for a moment you think that the sun must have poked through a hole in the trees, because suddenly everything is lit up again. But as you look around, you realize no, everything around you is emitting a subtle magical glow.
I would share that with everybody.
We know what school.
She cast detect magic, and everything in the canopy is glowing.
Great. That works very well. That's great.
Can I suggest could we send one of the horses down a path? I mean, we're going pretty much the same speed, right?
We will not harm. We will not harm an animal or put an animal in danger. I will go down.
You won't, but
No.
I would
No.
prefer not. No.
Looks
Looks at
would
the only
probably
other,
be,
the only other Ditaxian, just like.
there'd probably be a mix of schools of magic, like most of them. Like you would not see like necromancy or evocation. That's probably about it. That you would not
Just
detect.
freaking raw arcane energy just
Are there?
surging through the place.
This is a canopy, right? So I would imagine, is there trees on the pathway, or foliage on the pathway?
Yeah, like there are occasionally, like ferns that have grown out onto the path, and but for the most part, the paths are clear.
Would there be a way for someone to get above the canopy level to see if they could spot anything?
Can Hyoba fly above the canopy level? From, like,
Sure.
just straight up from where we are?
Hang on. Let's not send Hyoba, because you like Hyoba. Finch, go
I do
above
like
the
Hyoba.
canopy.
Poor Finch.
All right, Finch whistles irritatedly at you.
Go on, get boy. Do your job, I'm night.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, he floats up through the canopy above you and vanishes from sight. He's gone for 3-4 minutes. You don't see any sign of him.
Oh, no.
Looking around. Was that the special?
You as you look around, Finch is that's the name of an Omni, which is a floating sentient piece of Omnite that hails from from Elysium.
Sorry, Matt, we couldn't catch you up on the entirety of the
Yeah.
lore at this point.
I was there before that, and I completely forgot. Finch is not a bird's name, but it is a bird's name.
But as you look around, though, you realize the single path behind you is now 3.
Oh, my.
Oh,
There are now 6 paths leading out of this crossroads.
Has this ever happened before when you've traveled this way, Ian?
This has probably not ever happened to me before, I'm guessing.
Nah.
Okay.
Yes, of course it has, sister. No.
I'd like to, I'd like to see if he's lying.
I
let's
would
go.
also like to be an insight check.
You don't have to insight check me. I don't think he'd actually lie. He would start
Okay.
and be like, but not
What?
exactly like this necessarily. The map tends to be more accurate. I look around and I'm going to look back at them. So if no one has any better ideas, then go through the front door. Look at the middle path, the most middle-ish path, I guess.
Oh,
after you, Ian.
can we have a
If
copy of
he's
that
gon-
map first?
Yeah, I was gonna say if he's walking through that, I'm going to force pull the map out of his hands.
Oh!
Yeah, let's grab that map real quick.
You, unless someone has a better idea, we will have to venture down one of these paths, and you are coming with me. I will guide you to the best of my abilities.
That's fine. You go first.
Did anything
you
happen
wanna-
with the map when I casted Detect Magic? Did that light up at
No,
all?
the map looked totally mundane.
Okay.
Can I?
Stick the map inside. Wherever
That's a
I
good
can.
question.
As we start to walk, can I whistle? Does anything respond?
You probably hear a couple birds, whistle back at you, sing back at you. You do not hear, however, the whistle of your.
Am I getting any?
I was going to say
messages from him?
friend.
Like
No, you're not.
telekinetic.
You reach out. You don't hear anything back.
If I
Yeah,
may,
I'm gonna
do you even care about Finch? This is like the second time you've basically killed this thing.
Are you asking that in game?
Yeah.
I'm gonna disregard that with a grump and then just start walking forward.
I will stuff the map like into my armor basically, and then start walking forward. But I'll take my pole or my naginata or whatever off my back and start like kind of, I don't know, just feeling along in front of me.
Okay. Yeah. All 6 of the paths continue mostly straight for. They're sort of branching out in like a star pattern, and they continue mostly straight for probably about 100 feet, and then at a slightly different point in each of them, they curve out of sight of the crossroads. So, John!
John! You're here!
Oh, now we don't hear you.
Of course. Well, while he figures that out,
Oh, now we do. Say something, John?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, perfect. Nice.
Yay!
You'll just need to mute yourself when you're not talking because we hear a bit of echo. Cool.
yeah, the huge Githyanki man that has been following mutely along with you suddenly looks around.
How did I get here?
Warily eyeing you.
Yeah, so the path continues for about 100 feet and then curves out of sight. How far are you going?
I'll go to the curve.
Okay. Are you gonna round it?
I'm gonna peek around it, yeah. As much as possible without actually going around it. Well, I mean, yeah, I will go around it when I need to. I'll just have my my weapon out.
Yeah, go ahead and make a perception check as you peer around the corner.
Can I toss a rock out in front of the corner?
Oh, are you going with him?
Oh, I thought we were following him. I'm sorry.
I was not.
I don't think I would either.
Yeah.
5.
Yeah, I feel like you were probably following. No, you probably stay behind.
This looks like every other path in this God's forsaken jungle. You have no idea what's going on. You have no idea where you are.
Oh boy. Can you still see the group? I'm guessing only 100 feet away. You can still see the group behind him?
Yep.
Okay. He will walk back and with the absolute most angsty, upset, frustrated, like grumpy look, say, I am lost. Absolutely takes forever to come out of his mouth. Who looks to be kind of the most nature-y type person, I guess? The most in tune with nature.
Hey, Probs.
Yeah.
Great, of course, yeah. I'm looking even more upset about the person I think is a sage or whatever. We'll take the map out and just kind of go up to her horse and put it up towards her so you can take a look if you like. But this was not like this the last time I came through. The map was accurate.
And I'm right in saying that Pathfinder will not help with this because I'm assuming it's enhanced. This is because it says I can't be. So Pathfinder says I cannot become lost by unenhanced means.
This would be considered enhanced.
I think
Very magical forest.
Yes.
Do I notice anything on the map? that anyone else is missing?
Yeah, go ahead and make a investigation check.
I mean, since I lived in the woods in uncharted territories, would that help at all? Basically,
I
like
got an 11.
the bear.
I mean, you live in the woods. This is a jungle. It's a different beast.
All right, that's true.
11. No, you notice nothing wrong with the map. And you looked at it earlier. It wasn't magical. Everything looks normal.
I'd probably hand the map back to Ian and say I'm stumped on this one. It looks the same as it did earlier.
Definitely not a little satisfied that he's not like crazy or whatever. He just looks around at the rest. If we cannot figure it out, then, and you said it's getting dark-ish, right? Like shadows lengthening sort of thing.
Oh yeah.
We can either choose a path and walk down, it appears, or camp for the evening and
Finch
decide
is
in the
still
morning.
gone, right?
What's that?
Finch
Oh, Finch,
is now
yes.
returned. Okay.
He is still gone.
Rubbing that in.
I start whistling too, just to slightly irritate your fear.
I look at Vita. Thank you for your help.
Does your fear on hearing that first whistle just like jump up suddenly? And
Yeah, he kind of
get
gets
disappointed.
excited. He got a little excited that his buddy was coming back. Can you guys okay. Do we stop here for tonight? I mean, what good does stopping do? Do we think it's gonna magically change in the morning?
I was gonna say, are we noticing, is any are the paths affected by light at all? Like if we cast a flame, if I cast jet of flame or whatever, does holding the flame change the paths, or is it all the same?
It's a little brighter now.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, none of them would react differently to that.
I mean,
Okay.
we can tie. I have a bunch of rope on me. We could tie some rope around our waist and start navigating our way through. If someone were to start to fall, we could pull them back, I guess.
All right, we will continue a bit further then with your rope waist idea.
I should probably be the one to hold the rope.
Yeah, you anchor us, Naka.
Yes.
And the horses. The horses they can anchor us too.
You can all anchor me. I will go first.
All right, cool deal.
Does
Okay, so
anyone
just to
have
be
an-
clear, you're tying a rope around your waist and going forward, and the rest of them are staying back. Is that what I?
No, we're all
understood
gonna
there?
try to. We think this is the path, right? Are we gonna continue on?
I
I'm
don't
not
think
going.
I am.
I'm not going until I know it's the path.
No.
I'm just holding the rope.
All right, I'm gonna go with Ian. And I'm gonna walk behind him, keeping my distance.
Once Finch is gone, everything goes to hell, huh? Is that what happens?
And,
This Finch you speak of seems to be a prominent party of the member of the party.
keep moving forward.
Without anyone else's opinion, I'm just gonna go right back to the middle path and I guess around the corner.
That's fine. I'm gonna watch him around the corner, but I want to be very prepared to, like, if he starts slipping or something, I'm gonna try to pull him back.
Okay.
Hey, Ian, before you round that corner, can I see the map real quick?
You do not trust me?
I didn't say anything about trust. Just let me see the map.
You don't have trust in your abilities to pull me back if something goes wrong.
Let me see the map. I can call Father on that rock over there if you want.
It is a Tongo map, and he has sent me, a Tongo warrior, to guide you with the map. Now,
You're
I-
insufferable.
I am.
Round the corner.
Father has told me that a few times. Don't worry, I'm not going to leave you in the lurch, and I will walk around the corner.
You almost bump into a human man just strolling along the path as you round the corner.
Freak out, motherfucker, and have my weapon out in a moment and just.
Yeah, he's wearing just like sort of rough, homespun clothes, messy hair, but reasonably well cared for, it seems.
Hey, new blood.
I apologize. What did you say? Did you say new blood?
Well, I'm judging by the rope around your waist there that you're as lost as I am.
Oh my gosh. Yes, sir, we are.
Were I to be lost?
Is there more with you?
Depends.
I'm gonna push past him and look around the head. Do I see more people?
Oh yeah. Yeah, there's another 5
it's a
people
party!
and horses.
Excuse me, sir. What is your name?
I'm Borak. Welcome.
Hello.
We're
Borak.
lost.
We are lost. How long have you been lost, Borak?
Oh, 6, 7 years. I can't remember.
Oh my gosh. Yorfir puts his hands on his knees and starts taking in deep.
You have an abundantly positive attitude for having been lost 6 to 7 years. How have you survived?
Oh, we've all been surviving.
We?
That's all we can do here.
Who is we?
Sure, I can take you to the village.
Oh my gosh, there's a whole village of lost people. Ian, this is not we need to go down another pathway right now.
You can take anyone you want. We're all going to go to the village eventually.
All paths lead to this village.
Everyone I've ever found. And it's been 7 years.
How far away is the village, sir?
Depends how determined you are to get there.
That is brutal. Did you see a floating cube of ammonite on your way up here? Cool.
Is he lost too?
Ooh, I don't know. We're not lost.
If you are lost, how do you know how to get back to this village?
It's the only thing you can find when you're lost.
Oh my gosh.
Let's go.
Can we tell
Come
by
on.
his clothes where he's from?
I'm
Or
gonna
no?
be sick.
His clothes, they look like they're probably made here, in the jungle.
Oh my gosh.
He has probably a vine for a belt, rough spun wool. Yeah.
Cloth.
No, he's fully
Hard
clothed.
No.
It's just rough.
No.
Cover yourself.
Borak is he's a modest man.
What
There's maybe a couple buttons undone on top, but that's about it.
I'm gonna pull Eam aside real quick.
Yes.
Let me back up, and I want you to be very specific with your words. Choose them very carefully. Have you ever made it through this canopy before?
I have,
No.
guys? Yeah.
Well, I haven't.
Yeah, are you talking about? Right.
Yes, as the DM, yes, Ian, you have made it through the canopy.
Okay, have you ever encountered a situation like this when you made it through? And I want you to be crystal clear in how you answer me.
First of all, I gave my word to Father, not you, but Father, indirectly then to your group, that I would guide you safely through this, and I keep my word. Secondly, do I seem like the sort of person who would try to end up anywhere near a group of overly happy villagers, I would actively avoid them. No, this is not something that I am aware of.
That is
I
true.
apologize if I
That's a
have
good
not made it clear. Most of us aren't so chipper. Most of us make it a few days and then jump off the cliff, just to be clear. But some of us choose to thrive. What else are we going to do?
I'm
Where's
gonna.
the cliff?
I was gonna say, what if we have to just jump off the cliff? Did you ever have to go off the cliff? Is there
Are you
a
speaking metaphorically or literally? Because Tongo liked metaphors and not this metaphor, not literally. I'm not jumping off.
I'm a little confused by what you just asked me, but I literally mean, should we just jump off the cliff?
By jumping off the cliff, do you mean following this strange man or jumping off a literal cliff?
I think sliding off the side. Maybe that gets us out of the canopy.
I mean, we watched the bodies hit the ground. There's no magic there. I don't know what to tell you.
Sure, we're speaking in metaphors now.
Sure.
Yeah,
I'm just telling you, I'm not. They're rotting down there still.
All right, I'm gonna look back to the group and I'm gonna yell, "We are officially lost. This guy's been here for 7 years and there's a whole village of people. What do you guys want to do?"
You said any way we take, we're gonna end up at your village, Borak?
I'd like to try another path and just confirm.
Sure.
Let's go down. Let's go down the far right path.
Which way do you want to go? Sure. Let's
You stay
go.
here, Borak. You stay here. I don't know. I want to check this guy somehow. I think he smells fishy, literally and metaphorically.
I smell jungly.
Okay, well, I want to see if this guy is hiding anything. Can I roll for something like that? Like if he's lying?
Yeah, go ahead and roll insight.
Hang on, that fell off the turn. Oh my gosh. All right, well, I got a 6, so.
He seems like a chipper man.
Well, the guy seems really happy to be here, so. Let's go down another pathway. Which one do you guys want to go down?
That one.
I mean, I'm good
Right.
right here.
Okay.
By go down another pathway, I mean send Brother Iam down the pathway.
All right. Iam and I are going to start walking down the pathway.
Yes.
Well, you go that
So
way.
am I following or
You stay right here,
so right here?
okay? Don't move.
Go down the left path, I guess.
All right, we're going to go down the left path.
Okay.
You guys need literal.
That's right.
You walk down the left path and go around the bend, I assume, out of sight of the rest of them.
It's going to be
Cool.
right. He's going to be right there. Borak is going to be right there. I know it.
He's totally gonna be right there.
He's going to be right there. What do we see, Steven?
You do not see Borak. You walk for a while. The path is just continuing on as far as you can tell for the first, couple minutes.
Okay, so we're pretty far away from the group, huh?
Well, would you go that far, I suppose?
No.
No,
I'm
no.
not getting more than
Yeah.
however long the rope is away.
I would round the corner and basically yell back to the group, "This path doesn't have a Borak."
Okay, the group isn't there. Neither is the crossroads.
Son of a gun!
Got
The
him.
rest of the group, they round the corner. You don't see him again.
Oh, I'm stuck with this turn.
Can we pull the rope?
What about the rope?
Yeah, what
He
about
turns
the rope?
around and goes, "Wait, don't leave the." No, you went around the corner.
Yeah, you pull the rope. It is slack, and the pair of you, the end of your rope goes slack. It's still wrapped around you.
Eam, we have a problem.
Yes, I'm aware.
We are lost.
Can I walk over to now what's the rest of the party?
Sure.
Hey, did you guys lose sight of those other two?
Uh-huh.
You guys want to come to the village? Because that's where, we're probably going to see them there.
What happens if we go that way? Will we
it's
end up
fine.
at the
It's
village?
It's
End up
just
at
a
the village.
longer route, whatever you want to do.
Oh my gosh. Do we follow this guy?
I mean, he's been
I mean,
here
you,
for 7 years.
you don't have to. I'm just
yeah.
telling you. All paths lead to the village.
Borak, where are you from? Like, not, not the village, but before the village.
Oh, Dawncrest. Born and raised. Highborn and everything.
Wow, okay. Interesting. You know what, Borak? I'll go with you. I don't know what you guys are wanting to do, but I'm not just
We
gonna
should
stand
stick
here.
together.
I hope not much of anything, because that's what we got.
Great.
I'm sticking close to Alora.
Same.
Okay.
Then
You all follow Borak back down the path he came from, and follow it along for about 5 minutes, and begin to see a bit of fading light from up ahead. Seems the jungle is opening up a bit. Eamon Yorfir, what do you do once the line goes slack?
I can't believe
Round
Father.
on him.
Wait, what did you say?
I thought you were going to maintain sight of the rest of the group.
Yeah,
Not
I
come
thought
around.
you weren't gonna get us lost.
Technically, I did not get us lost. The map got us lost.
Always pushing out your faults onto something else.
You don't know anything about me.
I know
And
plenty
map-
by your last name. Sainaga. And I look
you
real
know
close.
of this how.
I think we should keep walking.
I don't think I'm going to walk any farther with you until you tell me how you know my family name. Not my family, not my family anymore.
I thought it was interesting that your father said that you was it disowned your family? Was that the word?
If this was while I was there, he might have said something like that. Was that when I was there?
Yeah,
Yes,
Right,
it
I
was.
marched out. Right. Okay. Yes, he did use such a phrase.
Yeah, he said something along the lines of, you disowned your family, but not their temperament. Something
yeah.
like that.
Well,
It was a good line.
that was
It was a good
line.
one.
That's a pretty good line.
Let's hope that you not only disavowed your family and their temperament, but also their seedy actions.
I think Ian just kind of like marches away 5 feet and just swings around and he goes, you know nothing about me. You know nothing about my story. You are basing all of this on my temperament or something. Would I be part of the Tongo if my family still had a use for me, still had a reason for me to exist? Would I be serving the Tongo and trying to stop people like my family where I came from?
I don't know. Only your actions moving forward will dictate that.
You know what my family does then? I'm assuming based on all the little hints you're dropping.
I've killed members of your family before for what they've done. And I would
Good.
gladly kill you if you take part in the same actions.
I do not take part on the same actions, which now I understand why the hostility has been going on all day long. All you heard was my family name, and you assumed, didn't you? Like everyone else. I'm Tongo now, and I'm Tongo because that same family took advantage of me. Because I was the runt. I was the little one. I was the one with no use to the family, no use in the trade. And so then, when he got old enough to realize that he would never be of use to the family, guess who became part of the family's very activities? Yeah. I guess you are pretty quiet with that, huh? I can tell I'm talking about my family. I'm not my family anymore. I am not Sanaga anymore. I'm Tongo. And for the record, I know Father also mentioned something about my vengeance, and that's the exact thing that I'm going to do, is go kill a bunch of them. So if you have actually killed them, I guess you've made my job a little easier.
Leave it to the youth to think vengeance is the way forward.
It is the way forward. I'm owed my revenge. I'll have it at any cost. I'm not going to rest until I do so.
I move towards him and slowly put my hand upon his shoulder and just say, you know, Ian, you can take this or you can leave it, but those who seek revenge must always dig two graves. I say we continue forward.
Some very sage advice from a very not sage.
And Ian just starts walking, I guess.
Okay. You walk for maybe 30 seconds before it looks like a clearing is opening up in front of you.
You're at the village.
Forest. I hate this
And
forest.
You exit the jungle into an enormous clearing at the same moment that your friends
Hey, what I
exit
say?
another path into this clearing.
We just wave at Borax.
I almost switched
Out
for
of
death.
character, this is very Feywild.
Yes.
Is Finch in the clearing?
You don't see Finch at the moment. However, what you do see, scattered across the clearing, are wooden huts with thatched roofs, some domed, not all, but some nestled closely together in the center, others placed apart, approaching the jungle's edge. The buildings appear to be simple but sturdy, clearly made from rough building materials and simple tools. The people wandering about the village are strikingly diverse. People from all species and various backgrounds and cultures move about, their attire ranging from the traditional flowing robes of the Alkuli Empire to practical outfits fashioned from the jungle's resources. There are even a couple of omnis floating around some of the villagers as they go about their business. You can tell your fear immediately these are not Finch. Some individuals are meticulously tending to gardens or engaging in leisurely conversations, their movements relaxed and unhurried. In contrast, a few villagers stand out from the crowd, pacing at the edge of the clearing, eyes scanning the dense jungle border. And as you come out into the clearing, as the sun is setting, fires and torches are coming to life, casting a warm glow over the area. The air is filled with a blend of different languages and laughter, creating a vibrant atmosphere. Some groups gather around the fires, cooking and sharing stories or whatever they are doing, while some others sit apart at their own houses or their own fires.
So, welcome to my humble abode, to our humble abode.
No. We are not part of this.
No, don't worry about it. There are so many like you still that have the fight in them, right? They still looking, right? You'll learn. It's one way or the other, right? So I'm Borak. This is the village of the lost. You are now lost. Welcome. This is your village. Tons of people around. It won't take long. You'll sort of reach. You can sort of plant wherever. My house is over there, and there's a lot of other ones. But if one's empty and you don't see it filled over a number of days, assumed they went to the cliff, right? And you can just take it. It's really up for grabs here. Other people. There's a guy over there. His name's Raylan. He has like exotic pets and stuff. If you get bored or lonely or anything, if you have something worth trading. We got, Vornin is the oldest guy. He's been here for like as long as anyone's ever been here. And then there's still like these two guys, they came here like a week or two ago, and you see two guys that are sort of like converging with what look like maps that they're like hurriedly like sketching in or whatever. Like I said, they still got some fight in them, you know what I mean? But like whenever you want to chill, I don't have a lot of friends, so I'll be over there. We can hang out, I got like food. Do you guys like jerky?
No, we don't like jerky unless it's bark jerky. Love a bark jerky.
Oh, Decax. Sorry. There are some Decaxians here as well, if you like bark jerky. I don't like bark jerky. I have the real jerky. So let me know if you got anything going on. Have fun.
Where is the exit to the village? From the village?
There's a bunch of them.
Yeah, and you look around and like you came out of two different paths. You see another couple next to you. You look around. There are paths out of the village everywhere.
I'm just so upset.
I whispered to Borax to slide me some jerky.
That's like, I whisper, not really whispering at all. Everybody can hear me. Bro, I don't have any on me right now, but you're gonna have to. I live right over there, right, that one, and I like put it really close, like that, right there.
Thank you. Okay, this is really. Maybe this is. Oh my gosh. I whistle just to see if Finch answers.
You don't hear a response.
Oh my gosh.
I
don't know what to do.
As Borak walks off to his own hut,
I'm looking over my shoulder every couple seconds to see if they're following me.
As he does so, the pair of people who are walking around the perimeter approach you. Hey, are you guys new here?
Yep.
Do you have a map?
Yep.
Yeah.
I did not realize that everyone was speaking for my map. but yes.
Well, your map did get us lost.
We just finished. We've been trying to sort of sketch out a map to figure out where we're going so we can sort of get our bearings, right? I just did one, and Shen did the other one, and we're about to compare and see. But if you have a third map, it might help.
Yeah, let's do a comparison here. Eam, let's do a comparison.
Sure. So, I hand my map to Shen.
I hand my map over to the group of you.
Very well. I will hand my map over to whichever one is looking.
Oh, sure. I'm Liren.
Oh, and I'm Shen. Well, he said my name, but I'm Shen.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
So I'll look over the map. So the three of us look over the map.
I guess we'll look at the map they gave us.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Fine.
This is your section. I'm just an NPC.
We did lose music. Okay, you already got it. Cool. Yeah, you see what seems at first like a rough drawing of the clearing, and some branching paths off of it. It, though, as you like look up and compare it to the clearing around you, it doesn't seem super accurate.
I roll my eyes.
I look at your map. This doesn't look like any map that I had walking through this.
Yeah, Liren, were you looking at the same clearing? Because this isn't anything like what I drew.
I'll hand your guys' map back to you and take my map back. And I look at the map and like, this doesn't look like anything I drew either.
Yeah, this isn't mine either. Like that's my handwriting. But what's going on?
I look at them. Are you asking us what is going on? Who have been here for all of 10 minutes?
I don't know. There's always the cliff.
Yeah, there's the cliff.
Heard about the cliff.
Cliff's
Yep.
sounding a lot more attractive.
Yeah.
Maybe we need to sleep on this.
Yeah, I haven't slept since we got here.
How long have you been here?
I don't know, a few days.
Oh. Is it like getting dark now?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, maybe it's
Yeah, pretty much the only light now is like you had just enough to see the map essentially.
Okay,
and
okay.
It's just the fires in the village.
Can we see the
Did
star?
our map also change?
Oh yeah, has our map looked weird now? Is it like unrecognizable?
No, your map is fine.
Okay.
Can we
Or
see the
as
sky?
fine as it was. Yeah, it's a wide open clearing. You can see the sky above you.
I'm guessing
no
there's nothing
stars
like
to
that on the
navigate,
map,
though.
right?
Can
No, there's
I
no stars to navigate.
whistle really loud and try to reach out to Finch since there's like an opening in the canopy?
Yeah, you So where are you guys all right now? Are you just still at the edge of the clearing?
Probably.
I guess, yeah, we're probably in the clearing somewhere in the village area.
Okay, walk into the village, sure. Yeah, you reach out to Finch and receive back an image of what seems like the dark interior of some structure, some building.
Okay.
It's hard to make out any details.
Can I send him the constellations that are above me? Well, I guess no.
There
there's
are no stars.
There's no stars. I corrected myself. I sent him an image of the Omnite sky. and I'm gonna
Sucka, I can see it.
I can see. I'm gonna let everyone know that I've made contact with Finch, and he is giving me an image. It looks like he's in. You said like a structure.
Yeah, and actually you.
Do I recognize it?
You don't recognize the structure. You do, however, receive another image from him. You see an open doorway, and standing in it, a familiar figure, one that was just pointed out to you.
The dude with the jerky.
No, not the dude with
No.
the jerky. Not the welcoming committee guy. The guy, Rayla, who has exotic animals.
Oh my gosh.
Pets.
He's been captured. I'm not even gonna say anything. I'm gonna march right up to Rayla's cabin.
Sure. Yeah.
And I'm just, if there's a door, I'm pushing through it.
Sure. You push in and see from the light outside a relatively large hut with just walls of cages. You see like there's some snakes in one cage, a rhinoceros beetle in another. You see some owls chilling in on some perches, and just a number of just weird animals, and it smells atrocious in here. But you do also see a glowing blue crystal. And Rayla is standing.
What is Rayla? What is it? What is the thing? The being?
Yeah.
Person.
It's a tiefling man. Seems like mid-50s probably. Hello.
Are the cages made out
You're
of
new
wood?
here, I see. Yes, they are. They are wooden cages.
Okay. Is the cage within arm's reach?
Highs or lows?
Lows.
That was a 9. Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna say thank you. You found my friend, and I'm gonna grab the cage and rip the front of it off.
Okay, I need you to make a acrobatics check.
Sick. That's an 18.
Cool, you got a 10. Rayla tries to grab at your arm as you do so. Hey, that's mine. You can't just steal my beautiful pets.
Ain't your pet.
Is too. It was wandering around. I found it.
Well, he belongs to me, and I would like to rip the cage open and whistle.
Okay. Yeah, Finch quickly floats out of the cage. And at this point, also, Ember, you probably notice Hyoba is shifting uncomfortably on your shoulder. And you glance over, and they are visibly uncomfortable at the moment. Eyes glued on Rayla. And Rayla says, "Look, I'm happy to trade for him. These pets are all for trade."
Listen, what do you want for a trade? This belongs to me. He was helping me try to scout a pathway. He got lost in the canopy. He is mine. I've had him for years, and we're buddies. We're friends. And he is mine, not yours.
Yeah, well, I've had him around my hut for the last 3 years that I've been here, and we have made wonderful experiences
hold on.
together.
Excuse
Just
me.
saying things doesn't mean it's true. You can't just come and steal my merchandise.
Has he actually been here for 3 years? Can I
Sure, make an
investigate
insight
that? Insight, you said?
Yeah.
14.
Cool, you got a nat 20. You can't tell if he's lying about having known Finch.
Regardless,
you don't see any tells.
Listen. Okay. Let me back up. Okay, I know I came in here, swords ablazing. Listen. Are you aware of Omnite or Omnis?
Yeah, of course. There's a couple of others in the
This
town.
guy means a lot to me, all right? He's been around for a lot of years. We're like a dynamic duo, okay? And you're right. I shouldn't have come in and broken the cage, but to be honest with you, I was a little distraught. I haven't seen him in several hours, and he's the closest thing I have to a family, so it means a lot to me. I'm sorry for your cage. This will buy you a new one. And I flick him a coin, and I start to walk out.
First of all, make a persuasion check.
That's fine. Oh gosh, persuasion.
Yep.
16.
16? Okay. He does not catch the gold piece that you toss at him. I don't know what use you think gold is, but hey, look, I'm willing to trade. I'll even make it a good one for you. Low cost.
What do you want? I mean, what good is anything here? And I take a little ration from my bag, and I break a piece of the ration off. You want this?
I'd take a couple of those.
No, not a couple. You can have them back if you want. You get one. You get one
Put him back in the cage.
You get one ration.
Can Napa...
Put him back in the cage.
You can have one ration. Why do you want? How often in a single day does someone come in here and trade you for an animal before throwing themselves off a cliff? You tell me. When was the last customer? Exactly. You had to think about it. Yeah. Okay. So take the one ration and let me have my friend here.
Look, I run a business here. I
You run
can't
a
afford
business in a canopy that people are just throwing their bodies off of a cliff. It's not a great business model.
and
There's no scalability to this.
A bunch of others who aren't throwing themselves off cliffs who need
Are there any other?
companions.
Hang on. Are there any other animals in the room?
Oh yeah, plenty.
Like what? Anything cool, unique, fun?
Yeah, there's some snakes. There's a rhinoceros beetle.
Oh, I thought you were just gonna leave it as a rhinoceros.
Just an entire rhinoceros.
Yep, an entire rhinoceros. Some probably brightly colored frogs.
This is taking too long. Here's 2 rations. Just take him, okay? And just leave me alone.
Pleasure doing business with you.
Yeah, thank you.
Do the animals look mistreated?
Make a nature check.
Oh boy, we all know how I roll as a player. Oh, it's not 20 though.
Very nice. They don't necessarily look mistreated. They don't there's probably a couple days worth of droppings on the floor of some of them. There's maybe some jungle cats that are looking maybe a little mangy or something, but they're not mistreated. They're just not super well cared for.
Okay, so now bench, nice, high five. We're back together. Good job. What are we feeling like it's nap time now? What are we thinking, crew?
Just to be clear, you left the building?
with
I think so.
Finch.
Right, with Finch. Yeah, and he took the 2 rations. And,
I
it's
want
a
to
matter-
whistle to Finch and ask if he's okay.
You get an affirmative back.
Okay, thank you. He didn't. That I whistled to him. Did that guy mess with you at all?
No.
Okay, good.
Trying to think of how I can translate these messages into images.
Yeah, that's true.
I suppose he whistles back in the negative. Like you would know what some of his whistles mean. He does, however, hover a little closer to you than usual.
Nice. All right. I guess we should probably rest so we can figure this out in the morning. What do you guys think?
I mean,
Yes.
yeah. We probably should have stopped a while ago.
Thank you for your input, Iggy.
For sure.
All right, rest time.
Okay. Where are you guys setting up camp?
Yes.
See if we can
I
find an
don't
empty
want to
house.
stay near the whatever Hyoba's worried about. I don't want to be near Raylan's thing. I want to be far away from that.
Okay.
Also, as you're walking through the village, you notice Hyoba is like turning their head and like latching onto a person, and then as you move past, scanning around and latching onto another person. Seems still nervous.
What is wrong with your owl?
She's just being observant. Can I like ask Hyoba if she recognizes any of these people?
Hyoba sort of huddles down a little on your shoulder and gets close to your ear, and just whispers softly,
No, but some of these are not people. They're things. That one in the hut with the animals. That was not some tiefling man. It was a green creature, hunched back, boils all over. Many
Hyoba's
people
got
here
true sight.
are normal, but many, well, some are stranger even than that one.
I'm gonna ask her if the welcoming committee guy, is he safe? Is he a normal person?
No,
Gosh,
What is he?
Jeez.
I knew. He was so tricksy.
No one's that nice.
he had strange furred legs and small horns, like goat's legs.
Okay.
The two with the map were normal.
Okay.
Does Ember communicate this with the group?
Yeah, absolutely. So I think I would turn to the group and say, look, these people aren't what they seem. We need to stay away from some of them. Apparently the people with the maps, they're safe. But I think if we are going to sleep tonight, we need to have someone on watch.
Always.
Animal intuition is always right, and also people who are too nice are always weird and strange, and something's up. I will volunteer to take watch. Or at least
I'll
part
take
of it.
watch as well, because I only need 4 hours.
Likewise, I'm no offense, Ian, but we don't need you to take watch.
Looks very affronted. Alright, fine. But I told Father I would watch out for you all. So if something happens, immediately wake me.
Rest easy. We may need your sword skills in the morning.
And it would be fine with me. And get a little bit of practice in this journey.
All right. Who wants to go first for watch? You want to go first? Or you want me to go first? I don't care.
Yeah, I feel like I said that I wanted to go first last time, and I'm trying to remember why.
Was it the Force intuition thing?
It might have been. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I would like to go first, and I will cast Force Intuition. That's why I did it. So that when after the rest, I'll have that slot back.
Right. Okay.
I'll go second.
Yeah, go ahead and give me a perception check for Miggy.
Great. 30-20.
I'll be right back.
Nice.
Yeah, you no one approaches you during your watch. You do see several of the villagers stay up late into the night around fires, chatting. Yeah, nothing, overly suspicious. Just neighbors enjoying company, it seems like.
Okay. I guess I'll shake away your fear.
Okay.
So.
And I'll save you the perception roll. At this point, everyone pretty much has gone to bed. There might be one or two people still wandering around. No one approaches you, though.
Okay. All right. I'll wait till morning.
Okay. The sun rises over the clearing, and it's still probably below the tree line at this point, but there is plenty of light to see by, and you see activity beginning in the village.
Okay. All right, so we obviously know these people are not great. How do we get out of here? Do I know anything about, I'm trying to think of how I could be useful in this.
We clearly stab those who are not as they seem.
Not yet. I don't dislike where your head is at, but it's
Stephen
not the right
Ogden is
time.
now playing Tailspire.
I am now invisible, so you will not see it coming.
Very well. Let the owl of the sister lead us to those we should stab, because apparently this thing can. No.
That's a pretty good idea. Do I know? Obviously, Borat wanted to lead us here for a reason.
Yeah.
So he must probably be the leader. What if we try to take him hostage?
Take him hostage? I thought Vornan was the person who was here the longest.
Can I ask Kyoba if Vornan's a weirdo too, or is he normal?
He was normal.
Oh, we should go talk to Vornan then.
Yeah.
Okay, Let's go talk to Morning. And then we might stab some people in the end.
Is Ian normal? Can I whisper that to Ember?
Just all.
Make a stealth check.
Oh my gosh, that's
And
great.
Ian, a perception.
18.
Who's making perception?
You Ian.
Okay.
Sorry.
Oof. God. 5.
Okay. You successfully hide this conversation from Ian. Ember, do you ask Hyoba?
Sure do.
Interesting.
Strange, but not in that way. He is what he seems.
Good.
Okay, I tell Vidar what she said.
Alright. So we're gonna go talk to Vormir, right?
Yeah, I think it's Vornen, but yeah.
Oh yeah. Let's go talk to Boromir.
Old man.
Your old man misnaming everything all the time gets me every time you do it.
It's not just your fear. It was my last character too, and the character before that. It's just a
Yeah, at this point, I think it's just Trevor. Yeah.
all of my characters have CTE. That's it. They don't know anything. All right, so let's go talk to Valmir.
Yeah.
Yeah, you walk through the village. Hyoba occasionally latching on to people as before. You walk towards it's one of the most central huts in the village where you saw him before, and walk there, and you are outside his hut. You don't see him at the moment.
Knock, knock.
Yeah. Knock.
Okay. You don't hear a response immediately, and then you hear a groan and a small thump as Caleb gets back to play the character.
Perfect timing.
Vormir, how are you?
Vornen.
Wait, what is it? Vornin?
Born in.
Vornen.
I swear it was Valmir.
No.
It's not.
Vorin?
Vornen. Vornen. Do you have your
Vornin.
ears on? Your fear? Vornen.
Vornin. All right, Vornin.
Vornen, they are outside your hut.
Hi, Vornin. Are you there?
You stalled long enough? Thanks. Good. I'm glad.
Just long enough.
Vornin.
Hello.
Yeah, hey. It's us. We wanted to talk to you real quick. We just got here yesterday. We heard you were the oldest person here. Or the longest tenured.
I'll come out. I'll throw the curtain aside, sort of lean up against the hut. This is an old man. This is,
Okay.
you know, but he doesn't act like it.
Can I tell if Hyoba's doing anything? Like freaking out or anything?
Watching others who pass by, not Vornen.
Is there any way we could speak in private?
Sure. Follow me. And I just come out from the house and start walking towards the edge of the village.
Okay. Is there anyone around us? Do I spot anyone?
Yeah, there's people all around, for sure. I keep walking and I pass straight off of the clearing into the thick brush and just keep walking.
Oh. Okay.
Okay.
We follow.
As in, like,
Don't
off the
follow.
path?
Oh yeah, straight into the thick.
Oh my god.
Nope, no thank you.
No.
I look at Finch and I'll be like, do you know where he's going?
Negative.
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna take the leap of faith.
I'm gonna go too. I mean, if he's been here the longest.
I'm going
I'm
for
staying
it.
here. I say you can tell me. Please relate to me what happens, And who I should stab when you return by staying right at the edge of the fort.
All right, I go.
All right, who's going and who's staying?
Going.
I'm staying.
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 Cool.
Staying.
Cool.
All right.
All right.
All right. Yeah, I push through. Like, you guys are probably like, the things are whipping at you. Somehow nothing is hitting me. I am just like walking straight line, and everything's sort of like miraculously flipping out of the way. It's like, you guys thirsty? Got anything to drink since you got here?
I'm okay. Thank you.
No, I haven't had anything.
All right. And without even looking, he slaps the side of a tree, and 2 coconuts fall down, and he catches them. And he hands one of them back towards you.
Oh, thank you.
I'm like, wait, maybe I am thirsty. Hang on.
He bangs another tree and catches it like above his head without looking, and hands it back to you.
By the way, neither of these are coconut trees.
Oh.
Interesting. Okay. Sir, how did you get a coconut? There's no coconut trees anywhere.
When you've been around as long as I have, you know where to find things.
How long have you been around here exactly?
Oh, I lost count a long time ago.
Were you the first one here?
No! Everybody else is dead.
How long after you got here did Borax come?
Borax. I'm not familiar. And I would know.
I look at Alora. Isn't that the name?
It's Borak.
All right,
It's
Oh,
Borak.
Borak. Borak.
Yeah.
He has a problem with
he's,
names.
You know, relatively speaking, he's a newcomer, a few years at least.
Okay.
Eventually, with not too far in, the brush just opens up to a clearing, and you see this beautiful spring with like water coming down like a small waterfall and everything. It seems to be like a hot spring. And Vornin just immediately starts taking all of his clothes off and
gosh.
walking straight into the spring.
Cover your eyes.
No hesitation.
Vornin, have you ever wondered? Where are you from originally?
I can't remember.
Oh, it's been that long. Did you ever, like, how did you figure out that there was a spring here?
I went looking for it.
Did you go looking for a spring specifically?
Yeah.
So one day you woke up and said, I need to find a spring, and you found a spring.
Sometimes I wake up, I decide I need to go for a spring, and I look for a spring, and I find the spring. And other days I wake up, and I look up, and I look for food, and I find the food.
I look at Alora. Have you ever
Interesting.
thought about waking up one day and thinking of finding an exit?
Why would I do that? I can find everything I need here.
What we need to find is on the outside of the canopy. Would you know of a way to get us on the outside of the canopy so we can get to the Alkuli Empire?
Probably.
That's a good start. How would you go about showing our group a way out of the canopy?
Oh, I can't show you.
Can you think of it?
Yeah,
And then
totally.
we follow you. If you think of it and we follow you.
It doesn't work that way. You got to know where you're going. You got to know where you are.
So confidently, well, where are we? We're in the canopy.
I'm at the spring.
I want to be at the exit. So how do I get there?
Walk there.
That's really helpful. Is this like a trust thing? Is this like a trust fall? I just gotta trust my feet and they'll lead me to the exit?
It's
We
worked
didn't
for me so
believe-
far.
Have you ever wondered if the people in the village are actually who they say they are?
What does it matter?
That's a great question. I don't know. It doesn't really matter. Are you a sorcerer?
Do I look like a sorcerer to you? Just rolls and vanishes. Old skin.
I mean, I think it's pretty magical how you got us here, sir, if I do say so myself. In fact,
I just knew where I was going.
Color me impressed. I wish I knew where I was going as well as you. You think you have any advice?
Know where you're going. Go back to camp.
Do I just have to think about camp?
No.
I've always heard you need to stay on the path, but you were right off the path. How does that
Don't
work?
think about wanting to go to camp.
Oh.
Go to camp.
Go to camp?
I'm just gonna. I don't know. Should I do this? Should I just turn around and start walking? I'm gonna turn around and I'm gonna go to camp.
You're gonna go to camp?
I'm gonna go to camp.
Okay.
Wait,
Yeah.
Alora, hang on. Wait, hang on. Where are you going?
I'm going.
Can I... Wait. Alora, and I would like to run after her.
Sure.
Do I see anything
So,
in front of me before
to
I
be
enter
clear,
the woods?
No, you just see jungle. She's out of sight. To be clear, you are going after Alora.
I'm trying to think of, like, I guess right when I get to the edge, I look back at the old man. I'm like, what? I don't understand what you mean. I have to think of camp?
No. Go to camp.
Go to camp? What do you mean by that? I don't want to go to camp.
What do you want?
I want to go home.
Do that.
If I just walk through the woods and think of going home, I'm going to go home. Why haven't you
Been doing
thought of
it.
that? Why haven't you
You've
done
been doing. I am home.
You don't have a family or anything?
Sure I do. Everything I could ever want.
So where did Alora go, though?
Back to camp, I presume.
Hopefully.
Your fear is so confused right now. What do I don't understand. I look at Finch. Do you get what he's saying?
Do you want to sit in the spring?
I don't want to go to the spring. Why do I want to go in the spring?
What's your problem right now? What's your problem?
I need to get my group to the Alkuli Empire, to the Golden
That's not your
Islands.
problem. That's your goal.
My problem is I'm stuck in the woods with my group, and our map doesn't work.
Sounds like you're lost.
Yeah, I'm lost. So how do
Stop
we get
it.
unlost?
Stop being lost.
How do you just stop being lost? Okay,
Does work
fine.
for me.
I'm gonna try this. I'm gonna think of going to camp.
Don't think about going to camp.
Oh my gosh, what did you say? This is all
Go to
semantics. I am not lost. I'm not lost. I know where I'm at.
You're at the spring.
I'm
Go to
at
camp.
I want to go to camp, and then I'm not lost.
You don't want to go to camp.
Go to camp. Go to camp. And I walk
Go to camp.
into the woods. Go to camp. 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 Go to camp.
Okay. You walk into the jungle and see. At first, you're seeing like the signs of your passage through it. You at some point don't recognize where you are.
Oh my gosh.
And at that point, you look around and see a open area a little ways off. Not a path you recognize, but
Go to camp where the troop is. Go to camp where the troop is. I'm gonna walk forward a little bit. Go to camp where the troop is. Go to camp where the troop is. And then I walk forward a little more. Am I noticing any changes?
make a perception check.
That's a dirty 20.
Okay. You see, nothing is changing, but you do see through the trees ahead of you the clearing, and you see huts beyond it. You don't immediately see your group, though.
Okay. Do any of the huts look like the huts that I spent the night next to?
Yeah. Yeah, it looks like the same village as far as you can tell, just from a different angle.
Okay, I walk into the village and look around for the troop.
Okay. You see them on the other side of the clearing from you. Elora, you got back no problem. You just followed the path that you took.
Yeah, I did.
You've been with your group. Your fear hasn't appeared. It's probably been a few minutes. What have you been doing while you're here?
I probably emerged and was like, I was off the path and I'm back here. I was off the path and I didn't get lost. Where are we going again? Were we going to Gold Harbor or Dawncrest? I don't remember. Gold Harbor, right?
Dawncrest?
Dawncrest?
We're trying to
'Cause we
get
need to get to the Golden
Dawncrest.
Isles.
Was it by way of Gold Harbor?
That was the plan.
Okay, we're going to Gold Harbor. We need to find your fear. Look around for
Enter
him.
your fear.
Your fear?
What?
Yeah, your fear. You hear him answer from the opposite side of the clearing.
Get over here, we're leaving!
Okay. I walk over to the group and just say, we know how to get out of here, I think. No,
Yes.
I know. We have to
We
know.
do know how to get out of here.
No. We have to know.
I want to turn towards the forest and say, we're going to Gold Harbor, and I would just want to walk in. Everybody follow me.
Say it though. Everyone has to say it.
We're going to Gold Harbor. We're following the yellow brick road. Follow the yellow brick road.
No, we're going to Gold Harbor. We're going to
Do we stay on the path though?
Just
do we
walk.
We're
just
going
walk
to
in the brush?
Gold Harbor. No.
Say we're going to
Follow
Gold
me.
Harbor and just follow
Just
along.
as you are exiting through the thing, you hear Borak kind of yell behind you, "Hey guys, where are you going?"
We're going to Gold Harbor.
Gold Harbor.
Bye. Get in the forest now. Don't let him follow us.
As I was before, I'm sticking close to Elora.
Yep.
Cool. Okay.
I would like to hold on to the person in front of me, like coat or something, so I don't lose.
Yeah.
Okay. I would like everyone to make charisma checks.
Oh my
Just raw charisma.
Not saving throw check.
Check.
Excellent.
16.
13.
11.
8.
9.
12.
Oh, guys. 2.
Oh, no! Okay. That's 3 below 10, 4 above it.
That's good.
You walk into the jungle confidently, Elora. You had an 11, right? Or
I had a 16.
16. Okay. Yeah, you walk confidently in, and you walk for like maybe 30 seconds through the foliage before you see a path in front of you.
Okay, I'm going on the path.
All right, you get onto the path. Everyone piles out after you, and you see just a single path leading in one direction. It does not seem to go like it's you are at the end of the path, and it is leading in one direction.
Okay. All right, let's go. Yeah. We're going to
All
Gold
right.
Harbor. We're going to Gold Harbor.
We don't have the horses with us, do we?
Oh, right, the horses.
Probably not.
Highs or lows?
Your fear's code is safe.
Yeah, I'll say Ember, highs or lows?
Highs.
That was a 1. They are gone.
Sick. Caleb, we don't hear you.
Can hear you.
Oh, you can hear me now. You just abandoned them
Yes.
in the village of the lost forever.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm thinking Rayla probably has a few
I was gonna
few
say, yeah.
more stock.
Ooh,
All right.
All right.
You continue on for the better part of a day. And there are no branches, no paths merging with yours. It's just one straight line. You see light ahead of you, and as you emerge from the dense embrace of the jungle, the environment shifts dramatically. Spread out in front of you is a wide open terrain, vast and flat, stretching out under the blazing sun. You have successfully made it through the emerald canopy.
Oh, thank the gods.
Nice.
Become lost.
I'm gonna, like, kneel on
and
the ground right now.
unlost.
Oh my gosh.
I knew there was a reason I was sticking to Alora.
I knew what I was doing the whole entire time. Yes.
I never doubted you.
Thank you.
As you're having this conversation, you are elements of your trip are a bit fuzzy in your mind now. Where did you go? No, it was just one path. Why were you worried? Why were you relieved? You just followed the path all the way. None of you remember the village of the lost.
And
I knew our regular
as a result, also, does Alora remember how to navigate the canopy?
She knew where she was going.
Okay. Well,
Can't wait
onward.
to retread that.
Hopefully we won't have to.
This is where I part ways with them, probably, right?
Yeah, your job was to get them through the emerald canopy.
Well, obviously, I don't remember much of that journey, but I clearly got us successfully.
By the way, your map never misled you.
Naturally, of course it didn't. Has Ember shown any sign of being a sage in the whole 2-day journey? I guess I wouldn't really remember though, would I?
You remember a lot of dull walking in silence.
Okay. Well, I kind voice sucks in. I was gonna apologize if I don't remember anything different, then I don't really know that I would, but I guess I would kind of just turn to all of them and say, though you are quite a silent party, as all I remember the last couple of days was no one talking at all, clearly. I was perhaps potentially slightly wrong in my assessment of you as dishonorable people. Maybe. Time will tell, in any case. And I am sorry, as much as it pains me to say, and I'll turn to Ember, and I'm especially, if you are not really a sage as you claim, which seems to be perhaps more likely, I am sorry for threatening to take your head and associating you with those con men. So.
Just nod my head at him.
Wonderful. I'm getting back then. I hope you all have good luck on whatever it is you seek to do.
If you find Gerald, can you buy him a coat?
Yes, sure. If I stumble upon your annoyingly named mounts, I will.
Of course.
Wait, so we don't.
Apparently
So we
you
don't
just left.
disappeared. Like they, in our mind, we just went into the woods with them, and then we went out.
Yeah, you realizing you don't remember seeing them after you woke up this morning, but it didn't really occur to you at the moment. You just kept walking.
I'm sure they're fine. I'm pretty sure I have a memory of them just saying they were fine and walking away, so I'm sure it's alright. But yes, if I stumble upon them, I will give them a coat. Right? I guess if I don't have anything else for them, they don't have anything else for me, I'll turn around and walk back in.
All right.
Say hi to
And-
Daddy for us.
Throws a coconut at you.
And with that, we will end tonight's episode of Tales of Amnesia Lunar Eclipse.
This feels like the end of a Pokemon game or a Pokemon
Yes.
episode right now.
Yes,
with
absolutely.
Eve walking into the sunlight. And Trail.